Bolu is a city in Turkey, and administrative center of the Bolu Province. The population is 131,264. The mayor is Alaaddin Yılmaz since local elections in 2004. Bolu is on the old highway from Istanbul to Ankara, which climbs over Mount Bolu, while the new motorway passes through Mount Bolu Tunnel below the town. History. Antiquity. Bolu was part of one of the Hittite kingdoms around 2000 BC and later 500 BC became one of the leading cities of the Kingdom of Bithynia. Bebryces, Mariandines, Koukons, Thines and Paphlagons are native people of the area in Antique era. Strabo mentions a Hellenistic town, Bithynium, celebrated for its pastures and cheese, which according to Pausanias was founded by Arcadians from Mantinea, in the ancient Roman era, as is shown by its coins. The town was commonly called Claudiopolis, after Emperor Claudius. It was the birthplace of Antinous, the posthumously deified favorite of the Roman Emperor Hadrian, who was very generous to the city, and his name was later added to that of Claudius on the coins of the city. Emperor Theodosius II made it the capital of a new province formed out of Bithynia and Paphlagonia, and called by him Honorius in honor of his younger son Honorius. Bishopric. The bishopric of Claudiopolis became the metropolitan see of the Roman province of Honorius, with 5 suffragan sees: Heraclea Pontica, Prusias at Hippium, Tium, Cratia, and Hadrianopolis in Honoriade. It appears as such in the Notitia Episcopatuum of Pseudo-Epiphanius of about 640 and in that of Byzantine Emperor Leo VI the Wise of the early 10th century. Lequin mentions 20 bishops of the see to the 13th century. The first is Saint Autonomous, said to have suffered martyrdom under Diocletian. We may add Ignatius, a friend and correspondent of Photius. The city was known as Hadrianopolis under Byzantine rule. Turkmens migrating west settled the city in the 11th century and it was referred to as Boli, Turkicized short for Polis. It fell under Ottoman rule in the 14th century and lost to Heraclea Pontica the metropolitan dignity. It ceased to exist as a residential bishopric in the 15th century. Accordingly, it is today listed by the Catholic Church as a titular see. The Ottoman era. In 1325, the town was conquered by the Ottoman Empire, becoming known under the present Turkish name. It was the chief town of a sanjak in the Vilayet of Kastamonu and had a population of 10,000 inhabitants. In the late 19th and early 20th century, Bolu was part of the Kastamonu Vilayet of the Ottoman Empire. Bolu was an Ottoman state until Vilayet Lanazanamzi 1864 and was covering from Beykoz Kazazi of Ismad Sanjak to Boyabat Kazazi of Sinop Sanjak. Economy. Bolu is a busy market town rather than a large city. It has one long shopping street and an attractive forested mountain countryside. Students from the university and soldiers based in Bolu make an important contribution to the local economy, which traditionally depended on forestry and handicrafts. Market day is Monday, when people from the surrounding villages come into town for the weekly shop. The main road from Istanbul to Ankara used to cross Bolu Mountain, although more people would stop at the roadside restaurants than actually come into the town. And anyway, now the Mount Bolu Tunnel is open, most people will rush by on the motorway rather than climb up into Bolu, especially in winter when the road has often been closed due to ice and snow. Some of the service stations on the mountain road have already announced their closure or moved elsewhere. Culture, architecture and sites. Bolu is home to examples of Ottoman architecture. The Grand Mosque dates to 1899, but was originally built by Beyzadeh and is home to decorations that resemble embroideries. The Kadi Mosque is perhaps the best example of classical Ottoman architecture in the city, having been built built in 1499 and having its entrance embroidered with ornate kundakari works. Other Ottoman mosques in the city include the Imarat Mosque, built in the 16th century, Sarachain Mosque, built in 1750, Hilija Mosque, built in 1510–11, Karakoy Kuma Mosque, built in 1562–63, and Bakla Mosque, built in 1897. The remains of the ancient city of Bithynium have been found in 4 hills in the city center: Karga Tepe, Hisar Hediyelik Tepe, and the Agurlanipi Hill. In Hediyelik Tepe, a tomb and the remains of a theatre have been uncovered. In Hisar Tepe, a temple believed to have been built by the Roman Emperor Hadrian for his lover Antinous has been excavated. In 1911, it was noted that in and around are numerous marbles with Greek inscriptions, chiefly sepulchral and architectural fragments. Bolu Museum was established in 1975 to display and protect artifacts found in the Bolu area. It functions as both an archaeological and an ethnographic museum and is home to 3,286 archaeological and 1677 ethnographic artifacts, as well as 12,095 historical coins. The archaeological artifacts chronicle the history of the area from Neolithic to Byzantine eras. Cuisine. Local specialities include a sweet made of hazelnuts and an eau de cologne with the scent of grass. One feature of Bolu dear to the local people is the soft spring water obtained from fountains in the town. Media. Bolu is home to 12 local newspapers published in the city center, 2 local TV channels, 3 local radio stations, and 6 local magazines. Climate. Bolu has a humid continental climate under the bordering an oceanic climate, with cold and snowy winters and warm summers with cool nights. Unlike the low-lying, sheltered city center, many parts of the province, like Jerid, have humid continental climate due to very cold winters. January mean temperature is 0.7 degrees Celsius, and temperatures rarely rise more than 12.3 degrees Celsius and rarely drop below -15.0 degrees Celsius during winter months. July mean temperature is 19.9 degrees Celsius and temperatures rarely drop below 8.3 degrees Celsius and rarely rise up to 32.2 degrees Celsius in summer months. Lowest temperature recorded is -28.2 degrees Celsius on the 30th of January 1958, and the highest was 39.8 on the 6th of August 2006. Bolu is a usually cloudy and foggy city and annual sunshine hours are about to be 1,600. Bolu's climate is similar to Budapest's climate. Places of interest. The countryside around Bolu offers excellent walking and other outdoor pursuits. There are hotels in the town for visitors. Sites near the town include the 14th-century mosque, Ulucami, Bolu Museum holding artifacts from Hittite, Roman, Byzantine, Seljuk and Ottoman periods. The hot springs Kaplıkale, Lake Abant and village of Gökkoy, near the university campus. The famous crater lake called Gölkök. Notable people: Antinous, favorite of Roman Emperor Hadrian. Alexandru Calamachi, Prince of Moldavia. The industrialist and philanthropist Isai Basel was born in Bolu and has built a great number of schools, hospitals and other public buildings in the town, including the campus of Abant Isai Basel University in the forest outside the town. Another name you'll see written in many places is Koroglu, as the mountains of Bolu are reputed to be the scene of the Epic of Koroglu. Utku Varlık, painter. Deniz Sahan, Turkish windsurf champion 1989, Balkan windsurf vice champion 1992, businessman, entrepreneur, investor. A number of gymnasts have trained in Bolu, including Murat Canbaz, European gold medal gymnast gymnast in 1986. Suat Selin, Umit Samiloglu, 2nd Division Boluspor Football Club once played in the top flight.